Hello and welcome to round number 4 of the AOR F1 2018 F9 League. This is round 4, we are in Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and we're driving for Baku City Circuit, and I have a feeling this is gonna be an epic race on the streets of Baku. Moving on into my first try of the qualifying, I think that lap time, I already started on the, I'm qualifying into P4. By the way, no, this is my first time. Okay, this is my first try. I'm posting a time of 1:43.2. I'm climbing to P6, and I'm really sorry about the last year. So it looks like Lamaro has locked his brakes, and we're moving on into my second try. 1:42.0, and this is improving. Here we are in my third try. I'm posting on the lap on 40.8, I think. I think we're up. And then my fourth try, but unfortunately I ran out of battery, so I didn't have time to set up a new fastest lap. So yeah, that was pretty bad luck. But anyway, here are the qualifying. PBK 96 is starting pole position. We have Lamar second, Waddle third, Nick fourth, Jason fifth, Chris sixth, Selvafalia 7th, me and myself 8th, Rama 9th, MrRobinhx 10th, F1 Gatecrasher 11th, High Ground 12th, Disco on 13th, F1 Scott 12th, 14th, my teammate 15th, age 76 I think, Danny Oak, Sean and Gouts on the last spot. And we're moving on to the start of the race, and it looks like there is, as you can see, it's raining. So this is gonna be a very wet race. Alright, we are moving on into the first wet race of the season, of the championship. And here we are. It looks like Waddles has just got a lot of wheel spin because of the wet conditions. I'm moving on to P5 and try to overtake Mr. Bane, take on the outside of turn 1, but I'm driving very wide. But it looks like I collided with Jason. I didn't even recognize that. And Mr. Bane is coming in and take the 4th position back. It looks like I don't know what happened. There was a car who crashed into the wall, and I'm moving on into P4. We're driving down into turn 3, and it's very difficult to look where to go. Looks like I almost collide with Mr. Bane. I'm turning on the inside of Lamaro, and no, he has the upper hand. Moving into turn 4, and it's gonna be very difficult to drive in wet. And there has been accidents behind me. There's one car who was out of the race, and yeah, we're moving on into the second sector. We're driving around the old town. It looks like Lamaro has driving wide. I want to take a risk, but I cannot take a risk, so I'm letting him stay there. Here they are, moving up to beside the castle wall, and it's very difficult to drive here. Yes, it looks like what happened to Lamaro? He slows down, and it looks like he has some kind of issue. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's what, but I'm moving on into P3, and we're moving on into the final sector on the very long straight with few corners. And this is gonna be this is one of the toughest parts. This is a hard part of the track of the Baku City Circuit. And I'm right behind Mr. Bane. Lamaro is behind me, and I need to ease out the throttle here, because if I have my throttle down, I'm gonna collide with the wall. And now we're moving on into there's one car eliminated from the race who has retired. I don't know who it is, but this is not bad luck. Moving on into lap 2, I'm overtaking Mr. Bane without DRS. I have a drag. Take on the outside, and yeah, I'm moving on into second place, and we have Nick in front of me now. We're moving on into lap 5. It looks like Nick has been disconnected from the race, and that means his car is now driving as an EAI, and is now a ghost car. So now I have an opportunity to catch him and overtake him. And Age driving beside, he was overtaken by one lap. And here is Nick's ghost car. And since has been disconnected, there's AI who's steering his car. And I can only just drive through the ghost car, and now I'm taking over the lead. of the race. Moving on to lap 7, and Nick has joined, and that means he has been reconnected and is back in the game. He's back in the race, but unfortunately he lost a lot of time because of his disconnection. So I feel really sorry for that dude. Now we're moving on to lap 13, and I'm going to take my only pit stop of the race on lap 13 to set a new set of intermediates, because it's going to be rain all the race. And Nick has taken over the lead. I'm moving out now, and looks like Danny Oak has taken over the third place, and there he is. And now falling down into the third place. Danny Oak and Nick hasn't pitted yet, so they're gonna do it no matter what. We move on into lap 14, and where it looks like it's a yellow flag, but I managed to slow it down a bit, and Danny Oak is in the pits, and Nick is also in the pits. So now I'm gonna take back first place, and now I'm back in the lead. And Nick is stunned. He's now heading out of the pit, and he's behind me. He's behind me. Moving on into lap 25, and Nick has managed to catch me. And I drive very wide on turn 1, and he's my side by side with me in turning to turn 2. He's on the inside. I almost squeezed by the wall, but he's managed to give me space, and I lost my position. I lost my lead, and Nick is back in the lead now. And now we're moving on to lap 25. I managed to close into him, but he has an understeer. But I cannot take risk to overtake him because of this corner by this cross-country wall. So I had to wait for opportunity to catch him and overtake him on the straights. Moving on into the final lap, and we encountered some back markers, and looks like Nick was blocked by one back markers and locked his tires, and now we're moving. I'm out back in the lead. This is the final lap of the race, and now I'm on my straights. I'm gonna take my first ever victory in AOR. I was so excited, I was so hyped that I took my first victory of the AOR. This is so fantastic. I cross the line and take the win. Wow, that is so amazing. Absolutely amazing. And here we are, Nick crossing the finish line. Ooh, he was 11 seconds behind, and we have Chris, who's managed to cross the line in third place. And here we are at the podium. Me on my top, Nick on second, and Chris on third. Here we are at the results. I'm winning the Spartan Grand Prix. We have Nick on second. He was struggling. He was have a bad issue on the last corner, but congratulations to second place. And we have Chris on third and Danny Oak in fourth. Mr. Bain is one lap down. Waddles in sixth, is also one lap down. Everyone's Skogov is in seventh, who was one lap down. And we have Salvalia, who's retired from the race, but he's completed 90% of the race, and looks like H is 3 laps behind, so Salvalia secures 8th position. We have High Ground on 10th. We have Limaro, Jason, Rama, Daryl. I don't know when to spell his name. We have Sean on 15th. Gouts on 16th. We have my teammate no idea on 17th, F1 Gatecrasher 18th, and PPK96 is down to 19th. There are a total of 10 drivers who's retired from the race. That's a lot. But that was a crazy race, by the way. That was crazy. Now we're moving on into the drivers' standings. I had taken over the lead by just 2 points behind ahead of Waddles. Where Chris on third, Nick fourth, and Limaro on fifth. He was retired. So this is going to be very close. We have now 4 different winners in 4 different races. That's great. Moving on into the constructors, Williams is in the lead, McLaren 2nd, Sauber 3rd, Haas 4th, Ferrari 5th, Renault 6th, Force India 7th, Toro Rosso 8th, Red Bull 9th, and Mercedes is down into 10th. Well, that's that, by the way. I'm the only Haas driver who scores some points. Well, that's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. An excellent result for me to take my first victory on AOR. But is this gonna be more? Well, guess not. Next time is the Spain Grand Prix on Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, and let's see if we can take a new victory there. Let's hope so. I want to thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next race, next Grand Prix. Bye bye.